This NG Minute is brought to you by the WWE app. It slices, it dices, it slivers. Download it today. Okay, people, this NG Minute is going to be a little different because we've had two really big stories that actually came out in the IWC and the YWC, and I'm going to talk about them when I get to whatever show I actually talk about. But first, let's talk about TNA. TNA had the Hardcore Justice edition, and they still had a few Bound for Glory series matches. But in my humble opinion, the middle-aged mafia is starting to become a little weaker, and I'm going to explain that a little later. But let's get started with the Bound for Glory series. We had Kazarian defeat Austin Aries, AJ Styles, and Jeff Hardy for 20 points. I'm really interested to see how this new faction between Kazarian, Bobby Roode, and Christopher Daniels goes. And honestly, Bobby Roode, who was at a goose egg, actually defeats Magnus Samoa Joe and Mr. Anderson for 20 points. That's what really makes me interested. I really do feel that this new faction is going to play a huge role in Bound for Glory, and I'm kind of interested to see how it plays out. Then you got ODB, Gail Kim, and Mickie James in triple threat match, and ODB freaking used her bra as a weapon. Who would ever thought that a woman could actually use a bra as a weapon and still be able to hold those jugs up? More power to you, man. Well, lady. More power to you, lady. But the biggest thing that actually happened on the show was the fact that Bully Ray ended up taking the title off Chris Sabin in a steel cage match. He actually got the title back. This shouldn't have happened, people. This really shouldn't have happened in the first place. And the reason why I'm saying is this. The reason why the Middle-Aged Mafia got together was to take the belt off of Bully Ray and it kind of downgrade the Aces and Eights. But when Chris Sabin did the job for them, it kind of made you wonder what was the whole purpose of them coming together in the first place. Not only that, Tito Ortiz turned heel, and now he's on the side of Bully Ray, so now they're missing one member. And now they have to come up with another member for next week's show. Yeah. Tito Ortiz and Rampage Jackson, they were enemies from the get-go. So why have them together as friends when they don't like each other? Period. I don't know. I really don't know the whole purpose of the storyline, and I don't know why they were together in the first place, but that's just me. But the biggest story of the night was Brooke Hogan's release. And this is all over the IWC and YWC. She was released because of budget constraints, according to a lot of stories that I have seen so far. They really haven't dove into details on why she got released. Really, the main reason why she got released, all they're saying is budget restrictions or budget constraints is what got her axed. But honestly, the storyline between her and Bully Ray kind of fizzled out when she announced her real life engagement. And when you announce your real life engagement and you're playing a married woman to one of the biggest heels in TNA, yeah, that kind of messes up the storyline right there, in my humble opinion. And she was under a lot of fire about her being the head of the Knockouts division, saying she really wasn't doing anything, and she should have been fired a long time ago. Honestly, I really did like her, and I think she really did try. She honestly did try to be a good leader of the Knockouts, and I'm not going to deny her of that. But I wish her well in all her endeavors and whatever she decides to do in her life. At least now she'll be able to be Brooke and not Brooke Hogan, if you know what I mean by that. But anyway, moving on to the WWE. It is SummerSlam time, people. It is the eve of SummerSlam. We are 2 days away from SummerSlam happening, and I am very excited about SummerSlam. I really am. And I'm going to have my predictions video uploaded tomorrow, and I'm also going to do my review of it after the show. But let's get started on the show, shall we, about SmackDown. SmackDown really did a good job promoting SummerSlam, and I enjoyed every ounce of it. The one thing that I loved was the fact that Bray Wyatt opened the show. Bray Wyatt is one of the best heels out there, in my opinion. The best psychotic heels that I have seen in a very long time. Who writes his stuff? Like, who writes his material? That's the one thing I want to know. He comes out there with his most innovative, creative material, like somebody who dreams this crap up. And it's probably one of the best promos from a psychotic heel that I have seen in a long time. And the fact is that he is literally bringing Kane back to being Kane, and that's what makes me happy, people. I love this feud right now. And also another match that made me really happy was seeing Natalya and Layla in the ring together. I was wondering for the longest what they're going to do since Layla now turned heel and is on the side of AJ Lee, and if they're going to become a new tag team. I would love for them to be a tag team, but they actually did have a tag team match. AJ Lee and Layla versus Natalya and Caitlyn. Now, I would love to see these girls go at it, but I really would love to see Natalya and Caitlyn and AJ together in a triple threat match for the Divas title. And I want Natalya to get that belt back. But I really do feel that she's working her way up because of Total Divas as well as Total Divas. Let's face it, Total Divas is the main reason why Natalya is starting to become a lot out there a lot more. But honestly, I was really happy to see this match, not only for that, but also for the fact is that AJ and Caitlyn's feud did not overshadow Layla and Natalya in the ring together, because they really did go at it. They're really great wrestlers, and I'm really happy that feud that they had did not overshadow that. But honestly, guys, throughout the entire show, they really did a good job at hyping it up for SummerSlam, and it really did make me hyped up. But I will say this, I am sick to death of Paul Heyman. I am tired of Paul Heyman's promos. I am tired of Paul Heyman talking. I'm sick of Paul Heyman. And the main reason why is this. His methods are unchanging. His methods will not make you hate him more than how you hate him now. Like, I'm not going to say like hate him as a person, but as a character, he is great as a character, as a heel manager, because you really do not like him being in the ring. But it's getting stale. It really is, especially when he talks about Brock Lesnar. It's to the point where I really don't want him on my screen anymore. But this feud between the Beast and the Best, this match between the Beast and the Best, is not even about the Beast and the Best. It's about him. It's about him and CM Punk. Seriously. And I'm just like, oh gosh, when are you gonna leave? Like, I really am looking forward for this feud to end, so I will not see Paul Heyman on my screen anymore. He is starting to wear me out. But all in all, this was a really great SmackDown, and I really did enjoy the crap out of it because they really did a good job in promoting SummerSlam. But that is not the biggest thing that has happened. The biggest thing that has happened so far, all over the IWC and YWC, everybody's done videos on it, is Darren Young. Darren Young came out of the closet. He is gay. He came out. He is now openly gay at WWE Wrestling. Do you honestly believe that this is going to affect his career? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not going to say like his friends are going to think of him differently. I think they're really supporting him. I think that Titus O'Neil is supporting him as well as John Cena, which is great. But it's not really about them. It's about Vince. How is Vince going to treat him knowing that he's openly gay and black? Yeah. I'm not saying don't be. I'm not saying don't be yourself. I mean, do you? Do you, brother? But how is the thing is that's the one thing. I think this is a subject that I really want people to talk about here. We all know that Vince McMahon probably had a little bit of prejudice, a little bit of racism in him, especially amongst black people. But now that Darren Young is now black, well, he's always been black, but now that he's gay and black, how is Vince gonna really treat this guy? Seriously, that's pretty much the question of the night here. Leave a comment in the comment section below and send a video response. How do you think that Vince is going to treat Darren Young now that he came out of the closet? And he's not only a black guy, but he's a black gay guy in the eyes of Vince McMahon. I want to see exactly how you guys respond to this. This is Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.